Hello! This is something new, I think, where I do like speed animating for this while talking about a topic. Never tried this before. Also, I'm doing this because I don't know what to do with this channel. I'm just kind of putting whatever the fuck I want on here. And this will be another one of those things where hopefully I can stay consistent, at least maybe like once a month, and just talk about maybe a topic that's very interesting that I see discussed a lot. Like today's topic, which is Chainsaw Man Chapter 231. Nobody I know has read up to that, or they're just waiting on the anime. And you know what? That's fair, but I really want to talk about it because of the way people have reacted to this. Also, the background is me speed animating, drawing. I don't fucking know. The RE9 video, which I'm pretty happy. And I'm glad people liked it. And it's also the first time I've live directed someone. Like, live? I don't know how else to explain it other than just like, yeah, I directed them. And it's like, huh, that was cool. It was very weird. So I thank the miss for that, for dealing with my directing antics, which I don't think were good. But, I mean, the response was good. So I guess I did something okay-ish. But anyways, Chainsaw Man Chapter 231. If you haven't watched or read up or kept up with the manga, this is your first and only like spoiler warning. Don't. If you're just staying with the anime, it's going to be years before it gets to this point. So don't watch this. Don't listen to this. Go away or come back when you caught up. It doesn't matter. So it's going to be mega spoilers. Hopefully that filtered out whoever's actually listening to this to be like, I don't know, 2 people. So, 231, Pochita freaking eats himself. that was crazy. And the initial reaction that I saw was, it was very intense. A lot of people didn't like it. One of the things that I saw was, there was this little edit of the last few panels where it's like, oh, I'm going to kill myself because of themes and such. And that is a very vocal portion of the readers that kind of felt that way, where they felt like, oh, it's just to get across X theme. And I think the problem is that a lot of these readers, they're shonen fans. They like shonen anime. So they like heavy action. They like that kind of building up a character to make them stronger. All this other stuff. Kind of like Dragon Ball Z, I guess. I think that's probably the best example out there. So when something comes up where it is thematically heavy, kind of like Attack on Titan, and here Chainsaw Man, I think they kind of reject that idea, because when they watch or read these stories, they project themselves in a way onto these characters where it's like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I like Denji because he loves boobies and all this other stuff. Hell yeah. But they don't really engage with it past that. They don't engage with Denji as like a really flawed character that he makes a lot of mistakes. He tries to have his cake and eat it too. And the story has brought up a lot of the time where Denji wants to have a normal life, but he also wants to be Chainsaw Man. And because he keeps trying to choose both at the same time, all these bad things happen. And it's constantly kind of thrown at you where it's like, you have to choose one or the other. If you want your normal life, you can't be Chainsaw Man. You have to not be Chainsaw Man. And he constantly wants to be Chainsaw Man. And that's where you see him kind of fall down this never-ending pit of just having family members get killed or friends get killed, him making the same mistake over and over and over again. Denji is a very complicated character. There are a lot of things that he wants to do, but that's because they're kind of ingrained at him at such a young age that is not good for a young kid to learn and to be pushed upon. If you take out all like the devil aspects from the manga and the show, it is just a lot of people taking advantage of this young boy that doesn't know any better. And he never had like an actual parental figure to guide him through. He fucking killed his parents, or he killed his dad. So that's already like pretty fucked up right there. The point is, I think a lot of the initial viewers try to project themselves onto this story, and once the character does something that they don't feel themselves would do in a situation like that, they immediately have like this visceral reaction of like, why would they do this? Why are you trying to take away like my fantasy in this situation. This shouldn't happen. What the heck? Blah, blah, blah. And it is kind of sad because I don't want to say they missed the point, but I just don't think they really engage with it in any other way than what they think it should be. They think it should be just a battle shonen where the character gets stronger and he gets revenge, rather than seeing what the actual problem is right there, where it's Denji wants to have a normal life, but he wants to be Chainsaw Man, and because he can't make the correct choice for himself, he gets everyone around him killed or hurt in some way, shape, or form, and he won't acknowledge it, take responsibility. I think he kind of does take responsibility, but he never learns from himself. He never learns from any of his actions. He knows a lot of the times that the things he does is bad, and he knows a lot of times that what other people do is bad, but he doesn't learn from that. He is regressing from that point in part 1 of Chainsaw Man, where he has the family, but he kind of does Chainsaw Man more as like a protector than what he does it for part 2, which is more for the attention seeking aspect of it. And because he wants all that attention and all that glory as Chainsaw Man, now all this stuff happens, and he doesn't really know how to stop himself. So Pochita is probably one and only true like best friend, the only one that's probably the closest to like a parental figure out there that isn't dead, is now the one that has to make the decision for him in hopes that maybe just maybe he can live at least an average life where it's not constantly ruined by the fact that he keeps making the wrong choice. And people don't like that for some reason, where it's like, no, why would he do that? But Fujimoto is just putting in themes just for theme's sake. It's like, come on. I think they also had like that same reaction with Attack on Titan, where as soon as it got to the point where it's like the Eldians and I forgot what the other group's name, and it's like this more like political retelling of like Attack on Titan, is like, oh, I only liked it because there was the action and they were fighting. The main enemy was the Titans. Oh, I don't like this. Why are they putting this in? I am just curious what people exactly wanted from stories like this. Where do they only expect for the characters to just constantly get stronger and just have it be friendship all the way, or do they just reject kind of like these more thematically heavy stories, or what exactly? Because it's just, I don't know, I find it interesting. I like seeing how the themes kind of like build around the story, because I mean action is cool, action is fun, I like action, but it doesn't need to be the whole point of a story. It can supplement the main story, but if it's only just the action, then it's just like, there's nothing there. What's the point? There's going to be a million other stories kind of like this one, where it's like, oh, I have to fight, I have to get revenge, blah, blah, blah. I'm strong. Because I believe in myself, I'm stronger. So I guess when a story like this does something that's completely out of the norm, or a character regresses from how they become these hyper crazy strong fighters to kind of like, well, we have to take away your power because you can't make decisions for yourself responsibly. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm not seeing what the actual issue is. I don't think there's an actual issue. I think people are just, it is that initial reaction of just seeing like one of their favorite characters just kind of lose everything. It's just like, nah, this is terrible. And maybe in like a few years time, it'll be like, this was the most amazing thing ever. Had Fujimoto's a freaking epic genius. I love this story, even though like during the time they're like, no, I hate this, I hate you Fujimoto, and they're like stabbing like his face on a poster. You ruined my life. But I would be curious to see what other people thought of it, because it really was, it is such an interesting thing, because I would say it's more like a, I guess, subversion of most shonen tropes. And I think Denji embodies a lot of ideas for like young males, where especially nowadays there's like a lot of issues. I think one of the things that I found really relatable was Denji's wish with Makima, where he's like, I really don't want to be making decisions, because it's hard. It's a lot of responsibility and really difficult to make these kind of decisions, because it's so stressful to make these really big high impact decisions that could change your life or the life of others forever. And so having someone else make decisions for you really sounds like a burden that's just lifted off of him. But after that change from Makima, where now it's kind of like she was evil the whole time and she's making these evil decisions that now he finally realizes are evil, he swapped it out to be like, no, I want to have everything. And that's where it's not good. It's not good. He shouldn't be doing that. You can't have everything. You do have to make decisions. That's kind of the point of living. You have to be able to make those tough decisions. And if you make mistakes, you learn from them. But the problem is he never learns from his mistakes because he tries to have the best of everything and he faces those consequences constantly, but he doesn't learn from them. And that's on him. And maybe that's what people don't like. Maybe they don't like the fact that he is actually facing consequences. They think he should be able to ride the tide and just like fight his way through it. But hey, Pochita said it's like, oh, if you have my heart, you're never going to live a normal life. I think it was Pochita that said it, or someone said it. It's just, if he has that Chainsaw Man heart, he's never going to live a normal life. So just take Chainsaw Man out of the equation and maybe, just maybe, Denji might live a normal life. I don't know. I hope Denji can make better decisions. But we'll see. We'll see with the new chapter. I have no idea how it's going to be. It might just be like the full end of Chainsaw Man. If that's the case, maybe that's for the best. If people can enjoy what it is, they like take it or leave it. You like it? Great. If you don't like it, well, sorry. You can't have everything you wanted. That's how it be sometimes. Oh, well. Anyways, I think that's really about it because there's just so much that's weird about how people reacted to it, just like that very visceral reaction. So let me know if I talk good. I mean, let me know what you think about it. And let me know if I talk good. I don't think I talk very good. I'm just doing this because I really needed to like just throw my thoughts out there, probably into the void. I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, I think that's really it. Thanks for watching this. I'm gonna edit this a little bit, so it's a little bit more not me stuttering and constantly being like, okay, so I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.